You ready for this adventure? If you've read the title of this vlog, you probably already know where I am by now. I have come to Puglia for a friend's wedding, and this is a part of Italy that I've never been to before. I'll let you guys look at a map right now that I'm gonna put right here. Puglia is in the southern region of Italy, and obviously it's known for its amazing food, incredible landscapes, its production of olive oil, and not to mention its history that dates back thousands of years ago. It belonged to the Greeks, the Romans, the Normans, the Habsburgs, briefly Napoleon, and then in 1861, when Italy unified as a country, Puglia became a part of it. My first stop isn't actually in Puglia though. I decided to come to Matera, which is the first little town right outside of Puglia in the Basilicata region. And the reason that I was desperately hoping to come here, and I'm so happy that I managed, is because Matera is famous for being one of the world's oldest settlements. Historians have argued that what you see behind me is actually close to 10,000 years old, and that people have lived here all the way from 7,000 BC. So that's pretty spectacular. I mean, I can't even comprehend that amount of time, to be honest, but I'm really looking forward to wandering around the Sassi of Matera. The Sassi of Matera is the old town, so exactly what you see here. And what the Sassi refers to is these little cave dwellings that were actually built into the rocks. So they were dug out from the rock structures of all of the mountains here. As you can see, it is a pretty mountainous and rocky area. So these people, thousands of years ago, would carve out their caves, their churches, their towns, so to speak, and it still remains here to this day. It's a very proud location for Italians, firstly because it is obviously one of the oldest settlements in the world, but also because of the amount of hotels and restaurants that they've converted this into while still keeping the elements from what it was back in the day. So let's start our journey through Matera. I'll show you around here. I'll show you the beautiful countryside views as we head back to the hotel. I'll give you a hotel tour, and I'll tell you a little bit about why I'm here and the wedding that I'm going to, and I'll show you my glamorous outfit as well. I think it'll be a quick vlog as I'm only here for a day, but I hope you guys enjoy it. This is spectacular, unlike anything I've seen before. I'm already blown away. So let's start exploring. I mean, look. I feel like a real life Flintstone being here, just looking out on all of this and knowing that it's so incredibly old, and people used to live here up until recently. The government actually had to relocate everyone only about 50 to 70 years ago, and only because it was so unsanitary and the living conditions were so poor that they said, you know what, it's time to make this a historical site and to actually relocate everyone who lived here. But to know that this has been so well preserved and good enough for people to actually live here for so long is truly incredible. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling of being here is absolutely surreal. Look, I mean, just touching this, how old is this? How old are these rocks that I'm touching? Historians have argued, as I said before, that they can be up to, that would make them about 10,000 to 12,000 years old. It's probably the oldest thing I've ever touched. No, that's not true. The oldest thing I've ever touched was a fossil that we found in Zimbabwe. So, rewind, edit that out. It's also full of these little terrace restaurants where you can eat with the view of a lifetime. I can't think of any other place where you can get a view like that. And speaking of restaurants, the next place we're gonna go to is a terrace exactly like that one, with an even nicer view to have some proper Italian lunch. Let's go. I promised you lunch with a stunning view, so here's the stunning view. And here is my starter. This is a charcuterie board with their local produce. Over here you've got a bunch of different prosciuttos, salamis, so I'm gonna dig in now. See, this is what I love about Italy. Salads weren't even on their menu, and so I asked the waiter, is it possible for me to have a salad, something light, with no onions, something including this and that? He's like, say no more, we'll make it for you. Ta-da! I mean, look at that presentation, and also look at that kind of service. You don't get that in other countries. Just don't. Their food is here. I love that. One thing I will say is that you have to have good shoes to walk around here. I didn't imagine there to be so many stairs, but obviously there would be because everything is built into a cliff. So all of these stairs, you can see the cobblestones aren't exactly neat and perfect. Why would they be? They're so old. So I probably should have worn better shoes for this adventure, but it's okay. It's not going to stop me from getting to the cathedral, which is where I'm going now. Finally got to the main cathedral, and my cameraman is about to kill me because of the amount of stairs that we've done right after eating pasta. So not great, but definitely worth it, because look at that. This cathedral was built in the 13th century, so it's not as old as some of the other things that you'll see in Matera, but apparently the inside is absolutely gorgeous. So let's see if I can go in. Fun fact, that tower over there is about 52 meters tall. I read that online yesterday, and for some reason, remember it. Look, isn't that impressive? My cameraman said it's because they didn't have the budget for 55 meters, so... Maybe a bit too breezy out of Marilyn Monroe just then. This is a really nice welcome passageway because up there it's about 38 degrees. But I better get moving before I get an audience. Let me just make this into a pair of shorts, and on we go to yet another stunning view. You see what I mean? All these terraces. Look, there's one there. There's another one just further ahead. The thing about Matera is, even though it's so small and the old town is even smaller, you'd think that a few hours would be enough here, but I feel that it isn't. I feel that I've got half a day here to spend, and I'm cramming in as much as I can because I wish I'd had 2-3 more days. There's just so much to see and so much to admire and so much to be wowed by. It's almost overwhelming. And just like that, you're out of ancient history and into modernity with a very new looking building right in front of you, and you've just seen a church that's literally about to collapse. Very strange, very beautiful, very surreal. And speaking of old churches, look at that. There's another one. For some reason, I'm always drawn to churches, and I don't even know why, because I'm not even that religious. Like, I appreciate religions, and I like learning about them and reading about them, but I don't practice any religion, so it's very odd that I'm always drawn to churches and cathedrals, and I feel the need to go inside every single one, possibly including this one. Okay, I have to say that obviously the cathedral inside is more impressive, but in terms of age, this is older. This is from the 11th century, so it's almost 1,000 years old, whereas the cathedral is from the 13th century. This is also a little surreal to me, to find a doorway with no roof. So when you find a doorway, you expect there to be a house or a courtyard or something, whereas this is just a door with a frame around it and nothing else. Pretty amazing. A little bit weird, very surreal. Still can't believe what I'm seeing. Everywhere you look, you find something that you almost have to look twice to believe. I honestly am astounded by the fact that not more people talk about this place. And after that Flintstonian adventure, I think it is only appropriate for me to show you guys the hotel where I'm staying, as I do in most of my vlogs. This hotel is about an hour's drive away from Matera, and actually very close to the event venue where I have to be tonight. And it was a very unexpected find for me, because as I was browsing through Google Maps, I realized that most hotels in this area have settled for a more minimal and traditional style. So like, imagine your grandmother's living room, but slightly more charming and slightly more Italian. That is the style that most of the hotels here in Puglia have gone for. And this one is completely the opposite. It's big, it's modern, it's brand new, everything is white and fresh. It's got amenities like a beautiful spa, 2 swimming pools, dancing fountains, a golf course, hiking trails, a Michelin star restaurant, an incredible sushi restaurant. It's the best sushi I've had in Italy, including the sushi that I've had in Milan. So yeah, this is just something very, very unique that you're not going to find in a lot of places here in Puglia. Now, staying here for me has been both amazing and a little bit strange. Amazing because obviously there's so much here to do and everything that you do is top-notch, but a little bit weird because it's so perfect that it almost feels clinical, like a bit like Truman Show. Do you know the Truman Show, that movie with Jim Carrey? So that's the feeling that I'm getting here, probably because we're the only people here, which is another thing that surprised me. But I don't know, everything just feels like it's so white and so perfect and so new that it's a bit weird in a good way, but also in a very surreal way. I also want to hear about what your favorite hotel has been in general. Of all the vlogs that I've done, the Dubai hotel that I stayed in was amazing, so that's a vlog I'll link right now. There was also the Amalfi Coast vlogs that featured some of the hotels that I stayed in, so like Positano and Amalfi and Capri, all of them had amazing hotels. Where else? Oh, the Marrakesh hotel, the Four Seasons, a vlog I'll link above right now. That's been a stunning hotel, so I want you to watch all of them, and then I want you to comment to tell me your personal favorite hotel or resort. I think because this hotel is in the middle of nowhere, it just makes the opulence and the incredible luxury here even more bizarre, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I just washed my hair, so I'm gonna get ready for tonight's event. I'm going to an old classmate's wedding. We were in class together about 15 years ago, which makes me feel super old. Unfortunately, his wedding has had to be postponed 2 times in a row because of COVID, but finally that's not an issue anymore, and there are no more restrictions in Italy, which means that a lot of old classmates can now fly in, including myself and a lot of his other friends that I can't wait to meet. I think that today is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a really nice event in a beautiful setting, and I can't wait to just make new friends, see old friends, and show you guys some pictures along the way. So what do you guys think of my outfit? This is a dress that I spontaneously bought a few years ago when I was invited to a very high-end event, and I realized that all I brought with me to Monaco was a swimsuit and a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. So I went out and I bought this dress for that same evening, and it's been my favorite dress ever since. So I'm wearing it tonight. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to take my camera to the wedding that I'm going to just because I want to interact with people, I want to meet new people, and I also want to see old friends. So I think this is where I say goodbye to you guys, and I am so thankful that you watched this vlog, just like you watched all my other vlogs. I'm thankful to those that have subscribed, liked, commented, and I'll see you next time.